What is going on, my fellow YouTubers? Jay here from Maji and Jay. Today in this video we're going to be completing the unboxing and also the hands-on of this very cool device that you guys have been waiting on for quite a long time. And I am myself getting ready for the replica. We know that Chinese market are really fast when it comes to cloning, so that's why I decided to get this device. This is the brand new LG G6 and this came directly from Korea. To further prove it, I left here all the custom papers, of course covering my address. So right now you guys can see that I am located in Royal Palm Beach, Florida. You already know that. I live in the United States, and we can tell right there from the country that this is coming directly from Korea. And if that's not enough, I have here the custom papers that this device is coming directly from Korea. So I decided to do this to prove to you guys that this is not coming from the US. This is not the official US model. As a matter of fact, I was told by this gentleman that this device might have some applications inside that are Korean, but they can be deleted very easily. So this phone has a price point right now of about $900. I did get a discount so that I could complete this video for the particular seller that I got it from. That's more than obvious, but I didn't get much discount. Trust me, I still paid a lot of money for this thing. So we can tell that right now it's completely sealed. We're gonna be completing first the unboxing so that you guys can see exactly what it comes with. So let's go ahead and pop this open. I just got it about, I would say 40 minutes to an hour. So it's fairly recent. And I really held my temptations to open it. I wanted to see what the device looked like. And at this point, since this is coming from a seller that I never purchased from before, the seller does have about 3,000 stars on eBay, and he has about 99% feedback. So I am trusting that he sent the actual device, because I didn't buy it directly from eBay. I paid him through PayPal, and I just trusted him to send me the actual phone. So hopefully it is in here. So as you guys can tell, the seller is very responsible, covering everything quite well. And I forgot to mention that this product comes already with free FedEx shipping, and it got here only in 1 day. From Korea to the United States in 1 day. That's quite fast. I did order it on a Sunday, so it took Monday he shipped it, and today is Tuesday, and I already have it in my hands. So let's go ahead and break this tape. And let's see if the phone is inside. I am crossing my fingers. I can't lie to you guys, the box does feel a little bit light, but maybe it's because this phone is light itself. So here comes the beauty. It's covered so far in bubble wrap, very similar to what the Chinese do. I'm assuming that this is a standard way of shipping things actually. I shouldn't say that Chinese or Korean or American people ship it differently. It should be standard for everybody. So here we have the LG G6 box. I am truly excited, guys. You have no idea. This is supposed to be the sealed model, and yes, it is sealed right there. We do have some Korean writings on here. As you guys can tell from this sticker, we have the IMEI of the phone and so on and so forth. On the back side here, we can see the Qualcomm Snapdragon logo with a whole bunch of Korean writings, which unfortunately I cannot understand. Now, it's obvious to say that LG and Samsung, they do come from Korea, so maybe that's why I was able to get it a little bit faster. And on the side here of the box, we can first of all see that it says band LTE, and towards the bottom says SK Telecom, something very different that that we don't see here in the United States. So it's obvious to say that this is the Korean model for sure. Now let's go ahead and break the seal, and let's go ahead and pop the phone open. And wow. Oh my goodness, guys, I've been waiting for this device for quite a while. I'll be jumping into all the specifications in just a moment, but it's going to be so far what you guys have heard about it. It has the Snapdragon 821, the Adreno 530. It has a 5.7-inch display with an 18:9 ratio. It's 2K, 4 gigabytes of RAM, and I believe this model is the 32 gigabyte model, but I have to confirm that later on in the system. So let's go ahead and remove it out of this divider. So on the back side here, we have the fingerprint scanner. We have the two cameras. These are two 13 megapixel camera. One of them has optical image stabilization, and the other one does not, and is intended mostly for background focus and so on and so forth. It does have hi-fi audio. It comes with a 3,300 milliamp battery. It comes with the Android Nougat 7.0. On the back, we have the Corning Gorilla Glass number 5. On the front, however, we had the Corning Gorilla Glass number 3. I really don't understand why they decided to do that. They should have included the Gorilla 5 on both sides, but probably there is a reason for that. On the top here, we have a 5 megapixel shooter, nothing really innovative there. We have the sensors, we have the ear speaker, and then towards the bottom, just got the LG logo. We know that all the capacitive buttons are going to be located on the actual operating system, and we don't have the hardware for them. So getting a look here on the left hand side, you find already the metal frame, and it's actually pretty sturdy from what I can feel so far. And we do have here the volume rockers up and down. Now we don't have the power button no longer located on the side. It's going to be on the back. This is also a fingerprint scanner, as I already explained. And on the top here, we're going to see this is the secondary microphone. We have the 3.5mm headphone jack. And then towards the bottom, we have the USB Type-C with the loudspeaker and the main microphone. We also got here the antennas. Then on the right hand side, we have the SIM tray and also the TF card tray. You can fit a memory and a SIM card at the same time, and it uses the nano SIM card, just in case you guys didn't know. So let's go ahead and set the device aside, and let's check and see what else comes inside of the box. You can see here it comes with some manuals. Now surprisingly, they look very simple, and they are completely in Korean, as you guys can tell. We got here the little welcome package. I guess that this is also Korean. Well, everything in here is Korean so far. And on the manual side, they went really simple this time. When you buy the US version, at least the one from T-Mobile, they include a whole bunch of booklets. It's about this thick. This time, at least from the Korean model, it's very, very simple. I am surprised about that. Then we got here, I think this is going to be the, let's see, this is some sort of accessory. I think that these are earphones, and yes, they are. They are made by LG. I'm not sure if the US version is going to include the earphones. I hope so. We got here, unfortunately, the European type of charger. We don't have the US charger. We do have the USB Type-C wire. We got here some stuff. I think this is an adapter from USB Type-C to standard micro. Or actually, this is an OTG adapter. You can it converts into a regular USB port, as you can tell. Next, we got here the SIM tray opener, and then we find the actual adapter. This is the one that converts it from USB Type-C into micro USB port. So that's all we're going to find inside of the box. Let me go ahead and set this aside, start the device up, and hopefully you guys will love it like I do so far. Okay, so now that we know all the content that come with the phone, let's go ahead and power it on and see if it has any power. So far I haven't tested it yet, and I feel some vibrations, and yes, we see there the LG logo, very standard. Now I believe that on the first boot it's going to have Korean language, so I'm going to try to set it up the best way possible so that we can understand it. So I might fast forward the video. Alrighty guys, so here we have completed the setup on the LG G6, and as you guys saw there from the beginning, it does come by default on the Korean language, so I changed it to the US English language. Everything is working flawlessly so far. Here from the screen we can see we have the always on screen, which gives you the time, the date, and also some notifications, whether you have an email, a message, and so on and so forth. Now to wake it up, you can either double tap it here on the screen, or you can just go in the back and press the power key, and then here we are prompted now with the lock screen, where it provides even more information. You can set up 2 different weathers at the same time, and so on and so forth. Now this is customization. You can do this for pretty much any Android device. Now I'm just showing you here all the basics of the phone right out of the box. So unlocking the phone, here we find the UI, and this is the LG, I believe is the UX 6.0 if I'm not mistaken. We're going to be confirming that in just a moment, but I do know that it has the Android Nougat 7.0. On here we can see all the apps already. We have some apps that are in Korean. Now according to the eBay Korean seller that I got this from, we can delete the applications without any problems because they're not located in the system, so it's very easy to get rid of them. Something we got here, which is my main attraction of the phone other than the display, is the camera. We have a new dual camera on the back, and both sensors are 13 megapixels, so that's going to help a lot when you're zooming in. The focus is going to be tremendous, and the stabilization is absolutely crazy on this phone so far. Also, we got here the front-facing camera. This is a 5 megapixel sensor, and the wide angle is absolutely crazy. I've never seen anything so great like this camera right here, it definitely beats, at least in my eye, the Samsung Galaxy S7 by far. Now keep in mind that the Samsung Galaxy S8 is around the corner, and we really have to see what they're going to bring to the table. So let's go ahead and confirm here on settings what's the true operating system on this device. As you guys can see, it is divided by sections. So we have to go to General, we go to About Device, and then we go here to Software Version, and there we can see it has the Android 7.0, and the UI of LG is not mentioned on here, but I believe is the UX 7.0, I'm sorry, 6.0. And if I'm mistaken, I do apologize. I did read a little bit about the device, not much, because I wanted to get it out of the freaking box. So far, we do have here for sure the 4 gigs of RAM. Let's go here into memory. And there we can see it. We have about memory news. So we have about 3.7, we have about 2 gigabytes free out of the 4 gigabytes of internal RAM. And now we're gonna check the storage. I think I got the 32 gigabyte model, but I'm not sure. Let's confirm it here. And nope, instead I got the 64 gigabyte model, which is even better. But keep in mind that you can just get the 32 gigabyte. If you have an SD card, you can always upgrade it up to 256 gigabytes. So what I like so far about this device is how light it is, even though it has a pretty decent battery of 3,300 milliamps. And also the display. The display is absolutely beautiful. I mean, when you guys see this in person, it's going to blow your mind off. It's really gorgeous. It's a 5.7 inch display, but it actually feels very comfortable in your hand. You can pretty much touch the entire screen with your thumb, and I don't have the biggest hands out there. My hands are about average, and the phone has a very nice design. I would say one of the best so far that I've seen in 2017. So with this being said, what I'm going to do next is download and install the AT&t Benchmark app, so that way we can perform the benchmark and see exactly how much it's going to score. I might do the Geek benchmark as well, so here we go. Alright guys, so now we have completed the benchmarks on this phone, and I have to say that I'm a little bit disappointed, but at the same time I'm thinking that maybe this device, the screen and also the applications are not yet optimized to work with 18:9 ratio, and maybe that's the reason as to why we're getting such a low score. We know that for Geekbench, these scores are definitely low. Something like the Samsung Galaxy S7 will score something near 5,000 down here, and about almost like a little bit over 2,000 on the upper one. So yes, this is definitely a low score, and the same thing goes for the AT&t benchmark. I only got about 95,000, and the Samsung Galaxy S7, just to use it as a comparison, will score around 147 up to 155,000. Now, something I want to confirm here is whether or not it's going to work on the T-Mobile networks, and that's something that a lot of you guys want to know, whether or not this is going to support the LTE bands. Alright guys, so right now we have confirmed that yes, it is getting 4G LTE. Now I have to admit that at this new home that I'm currently at right now, which is the townhouse that I purchased for video purposes, I have to admit that the signal here sucks, so I had to get a signal booster for T-Mobile because I have to be using Wi-Fi calling in order to get, you know, better reception. Otherwise it's going to suck. But at least we can see right there the LTE logo. I'm not sure if you guys can see that, and here from the lock screen we should be able to see the T-Mobile logos as well. Let's see, there we go. Down here we can see T-Mobile. And yes, it is working with LTE bands here in the United States, something that I was looking forward to. So with this being said, I believe I have completed my unboxing and also the hands-on with the benchmarks of the LG G6. It's a very good phone. I'm waiting for the replica very shortly. This phone should be very easy for the Chinese to replicate, since most of the phone is just screen and the design looks very simple to me. So with this being said, if you guys have any questions, don't forget to comment below. Like this video if you think it was helpful, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys on my next one.